I don't care if you haven't done a tourniquet before. I promise you, I teach Marines all day long. I can get you guys to learn how to do a tourniquet, okay? I mess with Marines because I work with them for so many years. So if you're a Marine, I'm sorry. Not really. You get where I'm coming from. So tourniquets. There's a variety of tourniquets, okay? Don't get lost in the sauce, okay? Everybody has their own individual preference. I recommend soft tees. Those are ones you have now. Everybody should have those. The tourniquets that you were given, do me a favor. Don't bury them in the bottom of your bag. Number one. How can you get to them fast? Like truly, how can you get to them fast? My tourniquet sits in my, you guys may have seen a leather attaché case that I carry out to my work bag every day. I have a tourniquet that sits external on that work bag that I can literally grab. Okay, so my first rule on tourniquets for you is put it somewhere that you can actually get to it. The reason I say that is I'm going to pick on you if I can, brother. I picked on Doc enough. Okay, for time, open that package. Go. Okay, is that tourniquet ready to go?
No.
15 seconds. Easily. Right? That's why I'm telling you to put it somewhere where you can get to it. Like, no kidding right now. Because the other idea is, remember we said direct pressure first, yes?
Yep.
What am I using to hold direct pressure? Probably. So I probably don't have both hands to open up said package. That's where I need to have something readily I can grab. Is that okay? So, anybody want to hop up here? I'm just going to use you as standing dummy. I'm not going to torture you, I promise. See if he volunteered himself.
Oh, good.
Probably because he knows what I'm going to do to him. We're friends, right? Just make sure. So, guys, when we talk about direct pressure, I'm looking for places that are easily accessible for me on a digital level. Okay? When I say digital, I'm talking fingers. Okay? Why am I so focused on that? I'm trying to buy you guys time. Somebody, I think, did you say it earlier, or somebody said? I think you said it earlier, right? Time is the thing I'm trying to cheat here. Yes. Remember, we said platinum 15 minutes in there. So when we talk about arteries are under high pressure. That's what comes off of our heart and carries blood to pinky toe. Correct? Make sense? Veins, blood returns. They're lower pressure. You don't bleed as fast. Okay, you still bleed, not as fast. Okay, artery is really what I'm super worried about. Okay, so when I'm talking about holding direct pressure, I'm trying to literally compress the vessel up against the bone. Arteries and veins travel next to long bones. Okay, so what are some of your long bones?
Femur.
Okay, that's a long bone. Okay, what about up top? Where's long bones? Okay, right here. Okay, it's called humerus. Okay, in your lower arm, from here to here, you actually have two arteries. Don't know if you knew that or not. Radial and ulnar. Okay, up here you have a single. It's brachial. Okay, everybody right now can find it. If you're wearing a jacket or wearing something heavy, you might want to kind of loosen that. What I'm going to have you do is stupid human tricks and see if you can demonstrate. I want you to take your hand, and I'm not kidding, this is all you. Okay, flip it upside down. Okay, one finger, two fingers, don't care. I want you to feel this little notch between your bicep and your tricep. So hand is outside, facing upward. I want you to feel between your bicep and your tricep. If you cannot find a pulse or feel where the artery is, let me know and I'll come over and I'll help you. Did I find that? Yes, no? Yeah. Getting there? Yep. Okay. You guys all found your brachial artery that fast. So if I'm coming up and I see Joe is bleeding to death, what does bleeding to death look like, by the way? What do you think?
Tailgate.
Okay. Like bright red stuff that shouldn't be there, I don't like. I'm not sitting back here like, hey dude, how you doing? I'm literally walking up to him, okay, and I can grab here and done. Got it? Didn't even look, did I? What? How can you be that fast?
Experience.
Practiced it. Okay? You guys can practice that too. You guys just found it in how long?
3 seconds.
And all you had to do was just get moved anatomically in the right position.
Right.
By the way, when we do low light tourniquets, guess what I'm going to do to you? I'm sticking somebody under that table. Because they're not going to be doing the Da Vinci. How many patients have you ever walked up on that are in perfect Da Vinci pattern? Never.
No.
Okay? So real world is you're going to be curled up in a ball, fetal, and I need to move you. Why am I going to go through exercise with you about positioning? Because I'm trying to make your life easier. Okay? I'm trying to get you access. Now we'll talk about the leg here in a second, but for purposes of SIFU and what we're going to do, who's got that tourniquet, sir? Can I grab that, please? For the purposes of SIFU, gonna put it in his pocket here, just for sake of grabbing, okay? And I'll work on his left arm just for the sake of conversation. I can come up here and I can trap that, and he's probably not happy with me right now because it doesn't feel great, does it? Okay, but I don't really care. Why do I not care? Keeping him alive. Okay, what have I done with his arm? Notice what I'm using.
Direct pressure.
And I'm pushing against.
Brachial artery.
Yes, so I'm collapsing his brachial into his bone. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm pushing into me for additional leverage. I can hold this thing here for how long do you think? Once I have this, do I need to freak out anymore?
No.
Okay. Why am I saying that to you? And so I'm giving Sifu a break here in his arm so he doesn't beat me up later. Probably will anyway. The rush factor is me getting to him. Make sense? It's identifying, going back to Uda, saying, hey, I see, observe, what? Stuff on the ground. Orient myself, that's not supposed to be there. Okay? Then I make a decision, right, which is direct pressure. Okay? Once I get that direct pressure, okay? I need to quit diming you out. I'm sure there's times that you've had to just take a breath in medicine.
Yeah.
Okay? I do it all the time. Serious with you. Okay? You're flustered, you're emotional. You may have been winded getting there. Potentially. Okay? Take that breath. I'm dead serious with you. Okay, like in and out. Because what it's going to do is help settle you. Okay? Because the first thing that you're going to stop doing when you get stressed is guess what?
Breathing.
You stop breathing. All of you. Okay? Seafood, when you're fighting, what's the first thing you try doing to somebody?
Take their salt and their breath.
He's going to talk to you about breathing later on. Pay attention to that course. Okay? Probably one of the biggest courses you could take out of this whole class. When you lose breathing, your eyesight narrows, your vision narrows, decision-making capacity goes in the toilet really quick, okay? And you start losing dexterity. That's why you start dropping things. That's why you start missing things. Needle sticks happen, okay? All that stuff. So you kind of need dexterity right now, yes?
Yep.
So I've got that pressure. I'm not going to do it for real on him just for the sake of not torturing his arm too much, but you guys see I can do that pretty easily, yes? Okay, I got him splinted up against here. I can still now access what?
Tourniquet.
By the way, tourniquets, when you store them, should be stored in a loop that could fit around the largest extremity. Just so we're listening, I'm not trying to be simple with you. What I just say, how large that loop be?
Your largest extremity.
Which is?
Your leg. Thigh.
So I should be able to take this, and no kidding, get it up around my thigh. Okay, that's how big that loop is. Don't care what tourniquet you have. Don't care if this one or 10 other varieties we'll go over. It should fit around the largest extremity. Okay? Now, once I have his arm, okay, pinned, right? One thing that's kind of hard for this is doing a loop. Because what would I have to do if I did a loop? I would have to switch my hands potentially, yes? Takes too dang long. Okay, this has a break on it. So what I can do is I can separate it. Falls apart. Okay? Take one side, flip it over. We call this a base plate. I'm going to let go of him just for administrative right now so you guys see what I'm talking about. It's a base plate of a tourniquet. Every tourniquet has one. Okay? The base plate, just so you guys know, stays high on the outside. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Not here, right? Okay? Guess what's going to happen today when you guys do tourniquets?
Not going to be able to get tight enough.
You're going to want to go here. Okay? Where do I need it to be? So self-check. This is a performance check for you guys. Make sure tie on the outside. Is that okay? So once I get this thing high on the outside, again, holding pressure the whole time, I can take this strap. It's got this little clasp on here. It drops into that hook. Hear it? Okay? One negative on this tourniquet. Every tourniquet has a negative. This is the one that this one has. You have to take the slack out. I'm dropping this hand so you guys can see a little bit behind me, but I can hold this as long as I need to, okay? When I talk about taking the slack out, you see this big area right here?
Yeah.
You can't have that, okay? You gotta take the slack out. How do I take the slack out? You just pull the tail down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, this has kind of like sticky stuff on the bottom right here. It grabs clothing, grab tissue itself. The motion when you're doing this for real, okay, is gonna be kind of a forward back ratchet. It's gonna be a little violent, okay? So it's forward, back.
Yeah.
Notice how tight that got.
Yeah.
Make sense? Okay? This tourniquet's not on right now. We're not even close to being on yet. What I did was take the slack out. Okay, that was just taking the slack. I need you guys to do that. So that's your second performance point. First one was base plate. Where? I'm not trying to be simple with you. This helps you guys remember. You can talk it out, okay? Second thing is take the slack out, okay? How many times you turn? What's your objective?
Stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding.
Okay, how do you know if it's a closed injury, not open?
You know. Pulse. You gotta stab them.
Who gets the sticker? Somebody gets a sticker over here. Okay? You can do a distal pulse. You can do a pulse right here on the radial. Okay? I can show you on the foot later on too. So I turn, okay? Turn. Why do I need to make sure this thing's tight? He's not going to like me.
He's gonna need that arm later.
Okay? Why do I need to make sure it's tight?
Because you gotta stop the bleeding.
You stop the bleeding.
What else?
Put pressure.
You're clamping it against it.
Yeah, and why? What's another couple reasons I want to make sure it's tight?
So he can't take it off away.
Okay, loose tourniquets are more problematic than tight tourniquets. Remember I said you had two vessels, yes?
Yeah, the going and the returning.
Okay, so if I allow blood flow under high pressure artery because I did not turn this down tight enough to continue to go in, and I've closed off the exit gate, i.e. your vein. It's called compartment syndrome. They will lose that extremity. Very high probability they're going to lose that extremity. Guys, you put a tourniquet on, you do it for real.
Yeah.
Doing a real tourniquet, it's going to be everything you own. Like if you think if you're not sweating by the time you're done putting a tourniquet on, you probably didn't do it hard enough. I mean that. Because most guys have never put tourniquets on for real. Again, I'm trying to be a jerk when I say that to any of you guys. Most people don't do it. Okay? Does that help answer your question, sir? So, we get a tourniquet on. How's your hand feel?
Can't feel it.
Okay. Relax for a second.
Whitish.
What do you guys notice?
Yeah. No blood. Yeah, white it stays when you touch
Okay. So, yes, I've been torturing Sifu for a minute. I'll pay for it later, I'm sure. When we do Fight Club. I'm taking that off for obvious purposes. Guys, you can keep that on. Data, statistics. Guys, we have people surviving tourniquets for literally 6 to 8 hours all day long. You go into an OR, there's ORs that last 8 hours. Easily. Okay? How many of you guys fall asleep and you wake up with a pins and needles feeling?
Dead hand.
Yeah.
Guess what you did?
Call it string.
What'd you do?
Tourniquet. Fell over. Yeah, cut the
You
muscle
pinched
off.
off circulation. Did your hand still work the next morning?
Yeah.
After you got through the pins and needles thing for like a minute and you ran around like I do, you're like, ow, and you all that. Yes, it still worked, right? Okay. Now, we don't want to actually leave tourniquets on for an extended period of time. Like you're talking, like you start getting a 10, 12 plus hour range, it's getting sketchy. Okay. Why am I giving you timelines right now? Not really for a quiz later. It is part of a PHTLS test for future knowledge. 6 to 8 hours. Can you move somebody in that 6 to 8 hours or get them somewhere?
Sure. Usually.
Guys, I'm married. Sifu knows my wife. All these other guys know my wife very well. If it's my wife on the ground and you think that I am not going to move heaven, earth, and hell to get my wife somewhere because I had to put a tourniquet on her and get her to an next echelon of care, and you don't think I'm ready to wreck this world to make that happen, you're probably wrong. Does that make sense? I'm trying to get you time, who said it? So I can get to the next place. That's why tourniquets matter. My entire process of a tourniquet, when we do tourniquet drills, should be about 9 seconds, okay? That is taking a tourniquet off of whatever packaging or off my belt or off my bag to actually on, and I mean done, okay? None of you guys are gonna hit 9 seconds today. That's fine. What do you need to do to hit 9 seconds?
Practice.
Okay? So, steps again. By the way, you can do it yourself. Talk me through it.
Loop on.
High.
Base plate.
High and outside.
High and outside.
Next.
Slack out.
Cinch it down.
Down.
What I do?
Gotta twist it.
What's not here anymore?
Pressure.
What's not there? Slack. So notice this is what? Again, a violent move.
Right.
Okay? What's next?
Twist the windlass. Scratch it.
Till?
Stops bleeding.
Till your pulse, till your pulse.
Just so you can feel it, I want you to feel it on me. You're not even close yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's awkward when he stares at you in the face while you're doing it.
Stop my bleeding.
Take a lot to choke off those pythons.
Okay. Do you guys get the point though?
Yeah.
That takes a lot.
It's a lot more than you think.
It's a lot more than you think, yes? That's why I need you to practice this. Okay? So guess what we're going to do? We're going to practice it.
Hey guys, what's up? We're here in Moyock, North Carolina, and behind me I have the students for our Overcome and Survive training course. A lot of people have asked me, hey Jay, where can I get some training? I wish I could learn a little more of just basic trauma medicine. I wish I could learn a little more of situational awareness or marksmanship. This course does it, guys. I am fortunate enough to have some of the most amazing instructors, individuals who all have real-world experience. We have the ability to take the average everyday American and ramp them up to a level of readiness, give them some confidence so that, God forbid, things went wrong, they'll be ready. You need to sign up.